Pictures on there?
Yes.
Excellent. How's it going? Happy Tuesday, everyone.
It's only Tuesday.
Is it Tuesday? I'm confused now.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, cool. So we do have the title on there, yes?
Yes.
Okay, so what are we talking about today?
Today we're going to talk about Christmas spend trends during the pandemic in 2020.
That's right. And the information that we got from today's slide, or, today's podcast is from eBay. So eBay is really awesome in that, it's overwhelming. They have a lot of information. They provide a lot of information, which is kind of cool. So we're going to help you guys digest a couple of articles and research about, this is all in connection with Q4, which we are almost there. It's about a week away. So happy Tuesday, Eco Exchange and 324 Finds. Bill, thanks for joining us today.
So Q4 this year will be a little different, obviously, with the pandemic happening. So we're actually seeing some interesting trends and changes with how people shop for Christmas.
Yeah, 100%. And so, what are you guys doing? Have you set up for Q4? What I've noticed on our end is we just keep buying a lot of inventory. Mm-hmm. Honestly, we just continue buying, and we're just buying online. And the cool thing about buying online is that it's freeing up a lot of our time because, we would usually go out and about, spend a whole Saturday sourcing. And then we started doing Friday evenings, Saturday evenings because it's addicting and we love it. But it does take up quite a bit of time.
It does, yes.
Right?
So, so we're actually prepping for Q4.
Yep. All of us together, right? We're all prepping for Q4 together.
And what we're going to talk about may be relevant for you guys when you go sourcing.
100%, yeah. So let's discuss a little bit about the Christmas spend trends during the pandemic. So in other words, what to expect in terms of customers and their spending habits this Q4, right? Mm-hmm. So we do have a comment. Eco Exchange says, I'm trying to liquidate in anticipation for moving. Ooh, okay. So that's going to be a tricky one, moving right now, right? During Q4. Mm-hmm. But how exciting, and definitely wish you a nice move, a smooth move.
Hello, Ashley. Ashley Fit Life. Welcome.
2018.
So we haven't talked about this point.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So go ahead.
Okay, so the trend number one is I think a lot of people are starting to think about it as we're thinking about Q4. Expect an early Christmas. This means more people are going to shop really, really early, probably now because we're hitting October. And they need to expect the delay especially with what's happening with the USPS. And so people are certainly going to start to shop right now.
Yeah, and in fact, a lot of people, especially the younger ones in the 20s and 30s, have already begun shopping. 25% have already purchased items for Christmas. So what kinds of things are being purchased from consumers? Christmas cards, gift wrap paper, things like that are currently being purchased. And so again, this information came from a couple of articles from eBay, and the surveys done were in the United Kingdom with 2,000 participants. Yes.
So what does this mean for us, reseller? It means we got to start engaging our customers as early as possible. So I wouldn't I wouldn't mind adding the word Christmas in our listings or description. That may actually get you some sales.
Yeah, and a couple of comments. Eco Exchange says people want to get their items before expected shipping delays due to all the online orders because of COVID. Exactly. But the funny thing is that the younger folks are thinking about this, whereas the older folks not so much. But then again, which we're going to get to in a minute, some people want to support local businesses, even if about half of half of those surveyed want to shop online. Now, Eco Exchange says if we're shopping online, buyers are too, 100%. Hello, Talk with Summer. Happy Tuesday to you. And Bill said, I would imagine the election will cause some craziness also, right? 100%, like with with the mailing system.
Yeah.
So maybe
With
probably
the mail-in ballots hitting October,
Right.
so for sure it will impact USPS delay time.
Yeah, and that's just in California. But also, we have FedEx and UPS, and that's maybe a suggestion. You guys can look into shipping with them as an alternative option. Hello, Mrs. Garcia 99 and Style by Yelp. Happy Tuesday to you.
Okay, so the next thing that we are finding based on this survey is that people are switching gifts from materialistic gifts to more meaningful gifts. It makes total sense during the pandemic, and because I think first, a lot of people will not be out and about. So they really want to buy something that is more empathetic, I think, towards, the buyer and meaningful. So a couple of things is they want to put more thought into the presents they give this year compared to previous year.
Yeah, so like what does that mean for us if we're reselling and we're not like Etsy, we're not creating personalized gifts. Take a personalized approach to how you market your business. And make your communications, and this is something we should be doing anyway, but it just counts so much extra during these times, right? Make your communications very thoughtful, warm, like Michelle said, empathetic. Offer the comfort to customers that they're craving, that we are craving, after a crazy year. I mean, honestly, yes, any little bit of a warm sentence, just getting to hang out with everyone on the lives is so meaningful during this time.
Yeah, and also, with your store, maybe potentially add like a little card with a very sweet and warm message, which, and include potentially a discount code. Maybe they might, buy from you again.
Yeah, and also, in advertising and any ads you do, whether they're paid or non-paid on social media platforms, be consistent. Be consistent in showing up. Make sure that you do have a brand that, you can start building trust with your customers with. So by the time Black Friday comes and those times come, you provide a sale. Sales are going to be extremely important because money's tight.
Yeah.
And not only are consumers purchasing more thoughtful gifts, but they're putting more thought into which gifts they're going to purchase. So they're not just going out there buying things like easily.
A gift card.
Well, easily like how they would before, because if you think about it, we're able to go to the store, buy stuff and return it, but that's not happening right now. It's, if you're buying online, it's a hassle to return things. So you're going to be more intentional about those items.
That makes a lot of sense. So speaking of budget, so another thing that they find is consumers plan to spend the same or less, which means a lot of people are concerned about their financial security. So they may spend less money compared to previous years. And it's very interesting because 37% of the people surveyed are concerned about their income, financial security. 28% are looking out for, sales promotions. 26% of them, they would consider what their family want to buy. 16% of them would think about the state of the economy and how that would impact how they shop during Christmas. And so
wait, I just wanted to stop on that. Like, honestly, that makes sense because right now, and my mother is in finance, and her recommendation was save money, save. It's a good recommendation, and I mean, yeah, like maybe during Christmas, it's that one time, and it's not just Christmas. There's a bunch of different holidays that are coming up, depending on your faith and what you celebrate during this time, and people are going to be more careful and they're going to be looking for sales. So this is important as resellers because, we need to strategically plan how we're going to go about Q4. So again, we're talking about consumer buying trends, right? So like Michelle mentioned, other factors influence how consumers are going to buy and spend this quarter include the length of the lockdown. I hate using the word lockdown because we're not actually locked down, but you know what I mean. Travel restrictions, and even fashion trends. So all of that is going to play an important role.
So what does it mean for us reseller is that we should look beyond fashion and trends. Think about it as a buyer. Like if you were to purchase something for your family or friends, how much would you spend? What would you consider buying? And maybe source those items that would be more relevant to people experiencing this pandemic.
Yeah, and also when we're selling our items, and like for example, Michelle and I, we have an Etsy shop, and our items are not cheap, right? But another way, instead of just slashing your prices, is you want to demonstrate in every way possible value that you are bringing to the consumers. So if somebody's going to spend, the money they had set aside for Christmas on your item, why should they choose you? Can you show them that your item is worth them investing in your things? Also, they're talking about Black Friday being maybe possibly later than normal, and so that could mean that sales can be even bigger, right? Before Christmas this year.
That's interesting because I learned that Prime Day, Amazon, they're running Prime Day way earlier this year. So that's a really good strategy for Amazon to promote their items.
I feel like those sale days are going to be longer. Like it used to just be like Black Friday and then Cyber Monday. I feel like it's going to be like, let's make it 2 weeks of sales, which is actually good. I think. Yeah. I think it's a good thing.
All right, the next thing that we notice is that online shopping is a new norm. So I know a lot of people are starting to trust buying online. Many people, like in the last year, they still didn't trust buying online because of credit card information and all those things. But now, the situation has really like put us into, pushing people to go online shopping.
I mean, and also I think it's just habits. Like people don't, like my mom, my brother, and my sister were not into the habit of buying online. And after this, they all really depend on it.
Yeah.
They still go, some of them still go to the store because they like to. It's convenient for them. But the thing is that, shopping habits have changed. And people have discovered, those who weren't buying online before, have discovered how convenient it is to shop online for things. And those kinds of habits may stay forever.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, you don't have to go out. You don't have to, compete with other people and grabbing an item. So for sure.
Yeah, and so some of the statistics from this 2,000 person survey said that 25% of the 2,000 surveyed, 500 people, said that they plan to make permanent changes to the way they shop as perceived risks of contracting COVID-19 at physical stores redirects spending into online channels. We do have a comment here from Bill. So Bill said, do you think due to people gathering for Thanksgiving, if the case rate takes off, what do you think the impact on resellers would be? That's such a really good question. So we're talking about in November when families will gather. So by the way, about half, I think it's about half from this article said that they're not going to change their traditions. Did we disappear on you? Okay. They're not going to change their traditions and they're going to keep meeting in person. Yeah. Not everyone, but like half of the people surveyed. So that will increase cases. Like it's just going to happen, right?
Yeah.
So how do you think that's going to affect resellers? I mean, honestly, if it affects us, like if we contract COVID, that could be bad for our business. Like we won't be able to, we'll close down. I mean, that can be devastating for our business. Yeah. Honestly, for everything that we do.
Yeah.
Yeah. As far as consumers go, I think it's in line with that. I think.
Yeah. Another interesting thing from the report, they also talked about how people are more open to buying refurbished and secondhand items too.
Yeah.
So that is basically, that's a big impact on the reseller market.
Yeah, and it's
We just-
also
yeah.
like a change in buying habits as well.
Exactly.
In order to kind of be more conservative with money. So, yeah, those are really good questions. I do think it will negatively impact, us as resellers.
Yeah.
Yep. Thanks for asking good questions,
question.
Bill. We appreciate that. How's it going? Good pickings. Happy Tuesday to you. Okie dokie. So, let's see here.
I'm going number 5?
Yes. Do you want to read it?
Yes, so number 5, consumers want brands to be informative and in touch with reality. So I think the survey basically said they appreciate brands or companies who understand the situation currently. There was a survey that asked people, would you buy from and basically the survey says more people are willing to buy from a brand that talk about the situation and reality of what's going on than the brands that don't talk about it.
Yeah, and basically, this was a survey of 2,000 people, and they specifically said that these are the types of messages they want to hear from brands at this moment. This is important. Listen closely, right? So 34% of those surveyed said they want, like Michelle said, brands to be in touch with reality, which is funny because, like, a lot of the things you hear on the media are not very in touch with reality these days. Hello, Nancy's Deals 18. Happy Tuesday to you. So people don't want to hear that. People want the truth, right? That's a big percentage. 30% of consumers want to hear messages that are informative, which is really interesting. 25% want messages that are reassuring. 24% want humorous entertainment. 18% want inspirational, and 18% want empathetic. So find ways to tie these kinds of messaging into every kind of advertisement you are doing, even in your product descriptions. If you can, why not?
Yeah.
I see that a lot on eBay. There's very empathetic messages to people who are browsing products. So.
Yeah, and if you're selling on platforms like Etsy, eBay, which allows you to promote your products, put a message in there. You can customize what people see when you have a sale. So customize it and make it more relevant to your shoppers.
Yeah, and just like a quick little tidbit on branding. Branding, how does that work? Well, you want to decide what kind of a store you want to be, right? Even if you're a small store, same thing. Do you want to treat your customers, you want to be silly? Do you want to be funny? Think about those you follow on Instagram, right? Some people you follow are always posting silly, funny things. Other people are posting informative. Other people are posting inspirational. So as a shop owner, that's the same kind of thing you want to decide on as well.
All right. So we also have done some research on the Q4 2020 product predictions. So here are some of the categories. If you go sourcing, or if there's a sale, these products may be good for you to purchase to sell.
Yeah, but also I think a lot of you could probably predict the predicted items to source for the Q4.
So for sure, everyone's home, video games, gadgets, products that align with social distancing are for sure going to be hot.
Really quickly, we have a week, guys, to source these things, and Q4 is here, right? When October hits, literally October 1st, I'm going to feel like it's Halloween.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be in Halloween mode, and then I'm going to be like, I want to make pumpkin soup and have like pumpkin spice in my coffee, my latte.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be anticipating Thanksgiving. Yeah, so Michelle's right. These gadgets, right? They're not just for entertainment, though. Kids are in school right now, and it's required that they have a computer or a gadget to access their teachers and their homework online. So not everyone is going to have one. Not all kids have these, and there's still plenty of opportunity, for sourcing these items.
Yeah. Now we're not telling you guys to go source like a PlayStation 5, but there are accessories.
Although you can if you have a lot of money.
Correct. But accessories or video games, those are not expensive to source, so those will be hot as well.
Headphones, anything connected to online learning, that you can imagine is being used. Microphones, headsets.
For sure. Yeah, you got that right.
Yeah, there you go. All right, so another category, home and garden, which is actually one of the hobbies that these two categories, home and garden, are the top that kind of came out of this whole pandemic thing.
Yes. Yeah. So these two hobbies were picked up. The most popular hobbies picked up during the pandemic,
which are
home and home meaning cooking.
The hobbies are home and garden,
cooking and baking and gardening. Yes,
100%. And so on that note, kitchen appliances are going to continue to do extremely well. They did slow down for a little bit, but come Q4, when people have vacation, I know I want to start making bread in a bread machine, or even pasta from scratch. Those are items you want to resell. There is like a picture here of a fryer.
Air fryer.
Yeah, but honestly, the market's pretty saturated on that. If we're going to give you a tip, it's going to be to get pasta maker.
Instapot.
Bread maker. Instapot, sure.
People are going to make
that one's
stew.
not bad. Mm-hmm. Excellent.
I'm hungry. All right. Bill has a comment. Let's see.
Okay, so Bill said there's no way anyone is buying PS5 or the next gen Xbox this time. Yeah, a lot of resellers may be left with, very expensive inventory in their garages. Who knows what's going to happen?
Yeah.
They're $500.
Yeah, here's the thing. A lot of people, it's always sold out. These hot items, I don't know who's buying them, but they're always sold out. And when they're sold out, the demand's higher, and you can raise the price.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely one of the items to look out for, if you have the money. Bill says, not a gas range with an air fryer oven. Do you have one of those? We definitely don't, but they look really awesome.
Nope.
All right, so next category is
sporting goods. Dumbbells, yoga mats, treadmill. Those are all really popular items to sell. Sometimes you can grab them for a really good price at Ross or Marshall's, and you can resell them.
Yeah, 100%. So the thing about the sporting goods section, workout gear and whatnot, even clothes, workout clothes, this one has not slowed down since the pandemic. Mm-hmm. This category has not slowed down. It's still going strong, and it will continue to go strong. In fact, one of the highest sold items is electric bicycles, right? Mm-hmm. And even stationary bicycles have been really popular. So those things, and if you don't have like thousands of dollars to source those things to resell, then you can buy things that are complementary, right? So
yeah, and guys, think about it. During Thanksgiving, you're going to eat so much that people are going to start thinking about exercising, but they cannot go out, so they're going to work out at home. Where do they go?
And the same for Christmas, right? Bill says, so Michelle, how are you going to ship a treadmill?
I don't know. Hey, I've seen treadmills that's like really thin.
Yeah, and they're not super heavy.
And they're not heavy, so those are possible.
Totally. That may not be for us. How's it going? Lizette, happy Tuesday. All right, so let's go to the next one here. Next category is an electric bike. I'm thinking that's going to be a really popular item this year.
Yeah, so this is something that eBay, basically, they're really for sure know it's going to be popular. It's interesting because I've seen a lot of people riding electric bikes nowadays in the community.
How does that even work? It's like you can choose if you want to pedal or not? Is that how that works?
It takes less work, basically.
Oh, less work.
Yeah, less work to pedal.
Okay.
But again, we're not asking you guys to buy a bike and sell it. We're asking you guys to look into gears, helmets, baskets, lights, and all kinds of gears, clothing that's related to biking.
Yep, which is like exercise clothing,
yes.
Brands that are connected to it,
mm-hmm.
Water bottles that are popular. But definitely do your research. and find out what is selling. And yeah, and definitely, we use eBay and completely to do our research. Bill said, I still don't get this, so lazy. Yeah, I mean, I don't understand he still doesn't get it. I don't understand.
It's like a motorcycle, but not a motorcycle.
I've never seen one in my life, but I mean, can you turn it on and off? Okay, so that's kind of cool.
Hey, we rode it in Japan. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, no, I didn't ride any bike in Japan like that.
I swear we rode an electric bike.
I did not.
Okay, fine.
Lizette says, yes, even regular bikes are a hot commodity. They're sold out in stores. Great for Facebook Marketplace.
Perfect, yeah.
I didn't know that they were sold out in stores, did you?
I didn't know that, but
what?
If eBay is saying that there for sure no e-bikes will be hot, then I'm not surprised.
Yeah, I have seen some really cool deals, like Lizette mentioned, she saw on Facebook Marketplace. I've seen some on OfferUp where I looked at the comps and you could easily double the price. So I saw a bike that was like selling for $100. Just posted, you could easily sell it for $200.
Wow.
So if I had a truck and I was super strong, I would totally be flipping bikes right now. Bill says it's super cheesy, tons of them here.
Oh, you know what else
So
is cool?
funny.
A scooter. I love those like electric scooters. They're so much fun to ride in.
I like skateboards personally. All right, so the last slide here is toys. Toys, of course, are always going to be hot. Legos and puzzles are still going to continue to be hot. Honestly, I feel like Michelle and we put one puzzle together, and to be honest, I feel like doing another puzzle. Like, I love puzzles. I love board games. I can see how it's winter. Where are people going to go?
Especially people on the East Coast.
100%. Yeah. So those things are, buy them. Lizette said, yes, it took forever for us to find my son a mountain bike and a BMX bike as well.
Wow.
Interesting. Thank you for sharing that.
Bikes are hot for sure.
We've heard they were hot, but we didn't really know why. Now we know why. And Bill says that we do a family puzzle for Thanksgiving.
Oh, how cute. So puzzles will be hot. We have a couple.
That's a really awesome tradition. I love doing puzzles with my family.
And board games.
Now, we do have a meme from one of our favorite movies, Elf. If you haven't watched the movie, you're missing out. Have you seen the movie?
No.
Oh my gosh. One of my favorite movies, because Michelle's never seen this movie. Basically, any 90s movie Michelle's never seen. All right. So she's embarrassed. Sorry, Michelle. I had to let people know. Anyway, so here's Elf and I remember this was like his crush in the movie, but he said, they sing this song called I Really Can't Stay. Baby, it's cold outside, but this says, I really can't stay. Baby, it's COVID outside. Yeah, so there you go.
Favorite meme of the week.
Yeah, but it's true. So be careful. We got to be careful in the winter when things are going to get really cold outside.
And COVID outside.
And extra COVID outside. So thank you guys so much for joining us today. Bill says, OMG, Michelle, you have to see it. It's too funny. So we're going to, on the list, we have Hocus Pocus for Michelle to watch on Halloween and Elf for her to watch.
I haven't seen Charlie Brown either.
In Christmas.
I finally watched The Grinch last year.
Yes. Okay, fine. Charlie Brown on Thanksgiving. We're going to hit all three of those. All right. So have a wonderful night. It's pretty darn late. Thanks so much for showing up and hanging out with us today, and we will see you guys tomorrow.
Good night.
Good night. Bye-bye.
Bye.